Okay, so welcome back to this continuation of our Good Trouble series on how to make good critical analysis, good critical commentary of the topics that are being covered within this class. In this, we're going to take a look at what makes a strong analytic essay. Okay, so for this, to introduce this, I've got a quote here from Desmond Tutu. Desmond Tutu was a South African Anglican bishop, ultimately archbishop, who received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1984. And Desmond Tutu is quoted as to saying, "Don't raise your voice, improve your argument." And that's my goal for this series of videos. Okay, so basically, how do you write an analytical essay? How do you write a good, strong essay when there are no clear right and wrong answers? And so the first thing you're going to be doing, kind of similar to what we looked at in the critical commentary earlier on and within this series, make sure you understand the question. Not, kind of skipping over that right now. The first step is to research your topic. And so to research your topic, you're going to look for additional references, additional sources of evidence to support your points. Now, you need to evaluate the source of that evidence. Ask the question, what is the expertise of the author on that topic? Is it somebody, sitting on the couch posting social media, or is it an expert that has advanced training in that, possibly a degree in that area, that has been studying on that topic for their entire career? How do you determine the expertise of the author or the source of information that you're using? Does that author or publisher have a potential bias? Are they potentially misleading you, either intentionally or unintentionally, because of their bias on the specific outcome or perspective of the topic that's being used? And then finally, what is the quality of evidence? What is the source? Is it kind of an opinion, or is it something that is backed up with solid evidence associated with it? Related to evaluating the quality of evidence is to think about this kind of, and I'm describing this as a hierarchy of scientific evidence for a non-scientist. And I'd be interested in your thoughts on this. And so we can start out here. So simple opinions and really even news accounts are going to be low quality evidence. And so they're good to get started on a topic. They're good to kind of learn about the topic. But you really should be looking at maybe feature articles within a specialty magazine where they are presenting focused information on the topic that you're looking at. Instead of kind of opinions or editorials or op-eds, maybe look at an expert opinion. And these expert opinions are presented by practitioners within the field, people that have been working within that topic for a number of years, that may write a commentary in a scientific journal, that may be a professional organization putting out a position paper based on their years of expertise within that area. Going beyond that, scientific review articles are going to be very good for kind of summarizing the ideas of many scientists or many people within that field. But then ultimately, scientific articles would be kind of that highest level, because those are going to be peer-reviewed evidence that are supporting very specific points that have not been summarized in some way within these articles. And so this is different than a quality of evidence of clinical research that scientists use, but the focus of this is on the non-scientist. So I'm interested in knowing what you think about this hierarchy here. Once you've researched your topic, you need to think about what is your point of view. Are you going to be arguing from a proponent's view, that you're in support of this position, or support, in this case, of the use of science and technology? Or are you going to be an opponent? And the opponents, you're going to be taking a look of a contrasting view or a conflicting view. So you're going to be basically looking at the pros and the cons. The cons are going to be against the use of the argument. And so if that is your point of view, you're going to be arguing against the use of the technology, against the use of the science. So in writing the analytical essay, and I'm again kind of giving you some pointers as to what I think is going to be important, in that introductory paragraph of your essay, it's good to start out with a hook. get the reader interested in your topic. Provide them with a little bit of background information, and then in this introductory paragraph with what is your thesis statement. Are you either supporting or are you against the use of the science and technology? And so in that introductory paragraph, start from relatively general information to the specific point that you're going to be trying to support within your essay. The next step, and I encourage you to do this, is to outline the points of view in support of your thesis or the points of view that refute the contrasting view. And I'm going to tell you that in general, making these making these analytical essays, making these arguments, it's fine to be attacking the contrasting viewpoint, but make sure you're at least supporting your viewpoint, your position, at least at some level, as opposed to just simply attacking the position of the conflicting viewpoint. Now, once you've got that outline, then you can go through and start to support it with evidence. And so the next step, after you've got the outline that has indicated the points you want to make within that, write the body of the essay in a series of paragraphs, ideally with clear topic sentences that are going to introduce the topic for that and that are linked to your thesis statement. So make it very clear to the reader what evidence you're going to be presenting to them and how that supports your position within the argument. And then make sure, please, 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 support your points with evidence. With there being no clear right or wrong answers with this, what I'm going to be evaluating is how persuasive an argument you're making, and the more persuasive arguments are going to be using evidence or examples to support their point of view. And then finally, conclude your essay, conclude it with a concluding paragraph. In that paragraph, I want you to summarize the evidence in support of your thesis and end with a take-home message in support of your thesis. So in support of the point of view that you are presenting within your essay. Okay, as always, please see the description below for additional information and references. And in our next video, we are going to be taking a look at what makes a strong discussion post.